I'm Seth.
And I'm Drew.
And this is
Nerd Feeding the Nerd.
And we're back in sort of a strange gaming version of time travel. Just call me Marty McFly. We're
Because
playing Rival Turf.
You are Marty McFlying through the air with the greatest of ease, just kicking people and hitting them with your knees. You know, just going out, man, going after it. And I appreciate that about you.
I would like to know if you see that chicken or roast or
dude, yeah,
something on
I
the
guess
ground?
it is like a chicken, but it didn't look like that. It just looked like some part of him fell off. Because he's kind of the same color as that chicken. Or at least his pants are. Like it kind of fell out of his booty area. So, you know, you're like, is this Dookie chicken?
The problem is you get so swarmed by these gang members
Yeah.
that
dude, right in the crotch.
You can't do anything but kick. I mean,
yeah.
Because if I try, I mean, I can get some punches, but there's like an attack of opportunity that comes along with.
Yeah. Yeah, I totally get that, man. And that's one of the things that is tough about those like side scroller, you know, beat 'em ups. It's you know, there's really nothing to it. It's cool because, you know, the backgrounds will change, but it is literally just button mashing. You know, just mashing it.
Here's the thing, and I would like to jump in my DeLorean and go back in time and tell these guys that it's just like, why doesn't he have a backpack, and why can't I throw this chicken in the backpack?
Yeah. Yeah, it would be nice to have like an inventory slot, you know, because there you go.
Now that I can eat that.
Now you can
Come
have
on, Mr.
Turkey Lurkey.
Karate Man. He's Cobra Kai for sure.
Yeah, maybe he's more like, I don't know, a diseased puff adder, you know, just sort of hanging on.
I don't know, but this guy's fit. I mean, Flack's pretty fly, dude. That jacket, that motorcycle jacket.
Well, see, here's the thing. It's like a high jacket. I could never do that, man. Especially, you know, with my physique, that's not gonna fit, dude. I gotta have something that covers up the rolls, not accentuates them.
Yeah, it's definitely like a belly shirt situation.
Yeah, it's a very tiny jacket, and at the same time, it's kind of like, dude, this is not going to keep you warm. Now, I fashion, I get, you know, you got to struggle for fashion, and I struggle for, I guess you could call it fashion, but you know, like when I go to cons, I always have multiple layers on, multiple shirts representing all things nerdy that I like. And when I was at Fan Expo, one of the days I had on a flannel with the sleeves rolled up, and I love that flannel. It's from Middle of Beyond. It's like a Ghostbusters Slimer flannel, dude. It's so cool, man. It's so cool. But yeah, it was the first time I wore it because most cons are in the summer, and why the hell would you wear a flannel in the summer? And yeah, it was rough. That was Saturday when there was also muy people in there, tons of people. It's just nothing but asses and elbows, kind of like this. You know, that's what I felt like doing.
I felt like you were street fighting.
I felt like I had to, you know, okay. I am not a huge fan of being in like tight crowds, and when I am in tight crowds, I really get, like, you know, my ire gets up, and I'm just like, I just want to start fighting people. I don't. I you know, keep it contained. But you know, man, like I don't know. Too many people crammed into a spot. I don't know if it was the whole, you know, pandemic thing that elevated that for me. I don't know. I'm not, you know, super worried about that much anymore, much like, you know, the rest of the world. But yeah, man, I'm just not a fan of tight spaces and a lot of people. Unless I can see a way out. If I can see an exit, I'm okay.
Yeah. I try not to think about it because I will get like anxiety ridden, but
Yeah.
I'm like, it's fine. Everything's fine.
Yeah. Well, and for the longest time, man, like when it comes to like planes and like flying, I don't really have a problem with it. You know, like the act of flying and even like, you know, turbulence bouncing up and down. I don't have a problem with it. But there is like this weird anxiety that I get when everybody stands up and then they crowd the aisle and I can't see the front anymore. I can't see the door. I can't see the front. It's just people. Like I kind of start to panic. There was one. It's been a while since I've flown anywhere, but there was one where I had to tell myself, like, you're gonna get off this plane, it's gonna be fine. And I was landed, like we were on the ground.
I know that's the worst part is when you're landed and you're like waiting to get off. That's why I like Southwest, because I can pick my own seat.
Not anymore, dude.
I know, dude. I'm never gonna fly Southwest now. So if you're listening, Southwest, I'm not flying your airline. There's no point of differentiation anymore.
Well, I will say their prices are pretty good, and based on my location, it is, I would say, the best, most frequent. They have the most nonstop flights for me. Because I will look at any other airline, and I actually had to do that for work recently. I booked a,
dude, they're running me over with their like drop top convertible.
Yeah, man.
I gotta pause.
You need to hydrate.
Oh no, I just need to reposition myself because this is getting intense, man.
Yeah,
it's getting real intense.
You gotta focus. But yeah, man, like I was going through flights, and every other provider, like Delta and American and whatever, all had at least one stop, and it's going to their hub and then flying out to it, and I'm like, this doesn't make any sense,
Yeah.
Oh, cool. We're going to the skyscraper.
Yeah, we are going to the skyscraper.
Oh yeah, I guess he is in Canada. I didn't pay attention.
No, he's not in Canada.
Oh no, he's in California. I'm an idiot.
California. He's just. Oh, dude, he was hiding behind that barrel.
Or he was in the barrel. He was just.
I'm just gonna start getting reckless because I can't. I hate just jumping and kicking. We got 3 continues left.
Yeah.
I've committed to the audience that I'm done with this game if I run out of continues. So it's kind of more epic if I beat it, like actually going down swinging.
Yeah. And I mean, we got some runway left on this episode. Maybe we could do another one. Have a nice little 3-episode series. I think that'd be kind of cool.
Series. Yeah.
What the heck is that? Is that a
I will
phone
say
book?
in my adult life, I'm way more into like Zelda and stuff. Like the more of the classics. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, this is classic enough for Nintendo to include it in their, library.
Yeah. Well, but they also have some. Well, I mean, I guess like Ice Climbers is pretty iconic, and that soccer game with Donald Trump on the cover. I guess like that. Some of that stuff. Like, but going through those games, there's a lot that I'm like, this doesn't make sense for me.
I'm going with Nelson, bruh.
Good old Uzi. Oh dang, dude, break his neck. Well, he's still fine.
He body slams.
Yeah, he's a little slower. It seems he's kind of like that tank,
Let's talk about almost like he just beat up like a group of just dudes hanging out on the curb.
Yeah, just dudes. I will say though that like, these guys definitely need to shop at different stores. Like there's a lot of folks wearing the same stuff, you know what I mean? And that's
100%.
You're not being an individual at that point. You're just, going with the flow. And if there's one thing you will learn from this channel is that, be yourself, be an individual. If you don't even know who yourself is, then follow us. We'll try to shape you into something that's not completely terrible. I mean, hopefully.
Oh. Uzi Nelson throwing a knife. Yeah, this is definitely
throwing bows, dude.
He's definitely a better fighter. I'm just gonna call it. I mean, look at that. I'm beating up Arnold Schwarzenegger ×2.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, that's on a skateboard? I guess nope, I guess it's gone now. I think he was on a skateboard, but maybe not anymore. He's trying to be throwing
dynamite. It's more like firecrackers.
Yeah, like those Black Cat firecrackers. That
look at his belt. Like, what is that? Is that like a nightstick or something?
Probably.
He's not using it.
Yeah, but he's got it on both sides, so maybe it's just like a butt flap that he has, covering his bum. I don't know.
I will say I'm getting better, and maybe it's just that I switched characters and he's better. I don't know, but it feels like
it's like psychosomatic. Because you changed characters, you're doing better now. But I also think that maybe he's a little slower, and so you're having to be a little bit more choosy with what you're doing. So
with these beat 'em up side scroller types, like you do have like the up and down motion, and I don't think I was doing that enough. I don't think I was moving around enough.
yeah.
I was waiting for the bad guys to come into my space rather than going into their space.
Well, and that is tough though, because some of these games it is hard to find the hitbox. So
Yeah.
if you're like not on the same plane, or you're not right where it needs to be, it won't register, and that sucks. There was an arcade game, I forget the branding of it, that was super touchy like that, and I don't know if it was just because they wanted to suck as many quarters out of kids as possible, but it was rough, dude. Man, looking like Fat Luigi back there.
Fat Luigi.
It's me, Luigi. And you got I don't know, no one's really blue.
It is funny, like how many
Mario.
sets of twins can they have in one gang?
Yeah, this is Octomom level. Just they're all the same, and it's odd, and they're gonna get their own reality TV show at some point.
I made a comment earlier, something about being in MySpace, but think about MySpace. I mean, when's the last time you thought about having a MySpace? And for those of you that don't know what that is, because you were born after, I don't know, what, 2002
5
or something? It was Facebook before Facebook, or Instagram before Instagram.
It was Facebook. Like they were happening at the same time.
Right. That's fair.
Facebook and I remember Facebook used to just be for college kids, because you had to have a student like email address to sign up for it. And honestly, once they got past that, that is when the downfall of Facebook happened for me. And that's when like, your family members are on there, and it's just like, ugh, weird. And then, the poking began in Farmville, and it's just like, ugh,
Poking.
Yeah, dude.
I forgot about poking. Why'd they get rid of poking?
It's awful. I mean, I don't know. I haven't been on Facebook in at least 5 years, probably more.
I think that's a loss. That used to be like how you flirted with people. You would just poke them.
Or that's how you would annoyed people. Like there were people that, like the friends that you had that, like, maybe you were in a class together, or maybe, you worked together. And so you're like, yeah, we'll be friends on Facebook, but you like secretly hated them. They were always the ones to poke you, because they're like, yeah, we're best friends. And I'm like, no, that is not the case. But yeah, dude, that was, social media is extremely toxic, which is why I try not to do it. I mean, this is social media in its own right, but also more of a content creation thing, and I classify it differently in my head.
Yeah, way more creative. The last comment about MySpace, because I just need to get it off my chest.
Sure.
Did like when you could choose your profile song.
Yeah.
Like, and if you were like moody, like you were feeling emo, like you would put like an emo song on, and then like your true friends, your ride or dies, they would text you and they would be like, hey bro, like, is everything good? Like,
yeah,
I noticed that you put a little My Chemical on there. MCR, if you will.
Yeah. I remember, I think the one that I had for the longest time was Hide and Seek by Imogene Heap? Whatever.
Hide and Seek.
Yeah.
I've never made it this far, by the way.
That's awesome. Well, I mean, you're making it really far because you're in a helicopter now.
Yeah, we're flying across the globe, apparently.
Oh,
now we're in
dang.
South
Okay,
America.
so yeah, that makes sense. Like that is truly south of the border. Like we are through Mexico into South America. Which, okay, so this is a very United Statesy way of thinking, but when people say America, like, do you immediately think of the United States?
100%.
See, and that's what's crazy, dude. Because like America is North and South America. Like it is technically, it could be one continent, and the people that are in like Brazil could consider themselves Americans. And same thing with Canadians. Like they could, but I guess it doesn't really roll off the tongue. Like we're United Statesans, United Statios.
Ooh, I'm about to throw this rock. Oh no.
You got rocked. So yeah, man, I don't know. It's just weird. Like geography is just weird.
It really is. I never liked it in school. Like when you actually took like a dedicated.
Oh, he missed him.
When you actually took like a dedicated geography class.
See, I was like I'm good at like knowing the United States like locations and stuff. Like I'm there. Sometimes you come across like one of those, I don't know, maybe videos or whatever that's just a bunch of pictures that you can side scroll through, where it's like asking you like, what state is this? Like 9 times out of 10, I'm getting it correct, and the only ones that I get confused on are like the original 13 colonies because they're really small and very close together. Um, I just, everything else, south and west of that, though, I'm pretty good. Even the ones that are just rectangles. Sorry, Nebraska.
No. You're right.
It's
It's funny how we're talking about geography now. Like, we are old.
yeah, well, yeah. I don't know,
Is it-
man. Like, it's, well, yeah, I guess this is the educational portion of today's episode.
The PBS. I mean, this is. Oh, dude, that. I mean, that. Man,
Dang,
I am
dude.
going back with Uzi Nelson though. He is the better of the two.
Well, I mean, at this point, yeah. All right, we'll try to get you to the end of the episode or end of the level here before we end the episode.
That's all right. If we're, if we don't want to bore the folks too bad, or just let me beat these two guys up,
Yeah,
so we
that's
can
fine.
get to a proper pause. Oh, well, it's more than two.
What is?
But
with,
if I know Uzi Nelson, which I think I do,
oh yeah, you got creepers coming in the margins. And what is this dude wearing? Freaking gushers on his pants, bro. Like, are those sores? Like, does this guy have some sort of disease?
done with him throwing firecrackers at me. It's
Yeah.
not cool.
Oh, we got motorcycle Logan here coming in. I don't know what I'm doing here, man.
All right.
Yeah,
awesome.
see, that's perfect. Perfect timing to wrap it up here. What do you say? You want to do one more of these?
Yeah, I think I got one more in me. If you guys are enjoying watching me play Rival Turf while we talk about nonsense,
Yeah.
just hit the subscribe button. It's the best way to support the channel. Let us know in the comments what game you want us to play next, and odds are we'll probably play it.
Yeah, maybe. Or not. We might do it because we don't like you. But we
Yeah.
do like you. I mean, if you subscribe, we like you, I guess. With all that being said, from all of us here at Nerd Leading the Nerd, come back soon.
Because we'll be waiting.